Pink Shoes and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to exactly apply eye makeup. So this video is fully dedicated on blending in your shadows. Now a lot of people keep asking me to do a separate video on this, or they want a stepwise tutorial. So this video is going to be all about how many colors you can apply on your eyes and how to exactly do eye makeup. So I've done my entire base and that's why I look a little ghosty right now. I have nothing on my eyes. So I'm going to take you through every single step that is involved in eye makeup. Now a little disclaimer, I am a self-taught makeup artist and all the knowledge that I have is self-learned. So I've researched online, watched other bloggers and YouTubers and learned the makeup that I know. So this is a technique that I like using and has made my eye makeup really simple and easy to do. So eye makeup can be a little intimidating, but it's actually really simple if you understand why we do what and how it's supposed to be done. So basically when it comes to eyeshadows, there are four main colors that you need on your eye. You can do just one or two colors, but if you want a proper eye makeup with a good light and depth, you need four main colors. So the first color is the one that goes on your crease. So a lot of people don't have a very well-defined crease, especially people who have hooded eyes. So for that, you just need to shut your eye and see where your eyeball ends, and that will be your crease line. So the crease color or the transition color goes there. So that is basically for creating a good transition in your entire eyeshadow, and it also helps in making your eyes look much more defined and prominent. So the most commonly used transition colors are orange, brown and taupe. Now orange is something that I personally don't prefer using because it shows through a lot. Unless I want my makeup to be that way, I won't easily use an orange transition color. The one that I use the most is brown. So brown color is used on your crease when you're using warm tones like goldens, browns, deep blues and any other color which have a very yellow undertone. You can use a brown shade as your transition color, but when you're using cool tones, especially pinks and lighter pinkish purples, you should use a taupe color as a transition because that will help in creating a really natural transition. So you can use any color for a transition, it depends on the kind of makeup that you're looking at, but these are the colors which are most commonly used. So the second color is the one that you apply on the center of your lid, which is the main color that goes onto your eye. So say you want your eye makeup to be very blue dominant, very golden, very silver, or the color that you want to show through the most is the color that goes onto your lid. So that is the second color that you apply on your eye. The third color is the one that goes at the end of the eye, which is only on the end 1/4, which can be a brown or a black very commonly, but you can also use any deep colors like blues and purples, burgundies, anything that you want. So say you want to do a very Indian makeup, you can do golden and burgundy. You can basically use any color there, but browns and blacks are the most commonly used because they go with every possible color out there. So yeah, these are the three main colors, and the fourth color is a highlighting color which is applied on the inner corner and on your brow bone. So that's basically applied to make your eyes pop a little more, and when you apply it on your brow bone, it just makes your brows look much more neater. You will understand when I'm getting to my brow makeup. So yeah, there are no really rules to the colors that you must apply and what combinations you must do. You can leave it to your own creativity and work with them the way you like it, but I'm going to be talking about very commonly used color combinations and combinations that just work. You don't even have to think about it. So yeah, let's get started with my eye makeup. So the first step is having a good base, for which I use my concealer. So while I'm doing my base makeup, I apply my concealer on my eyelid and set it in with a powder which I'm using all over my face. So that will create a blank canvas. Now a lot of people like using eyeshadow primers, but I just feel that it's an extra expense. So I just ditch that and use my concealer because it works as well as the eyeshadow primers do. So yeah, I'm done applying my concealer and I've set it in with a powder. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using in this video is the Maybelline Blush Nudes palette. It's such a beautiful pinky tone palette, guys, and I'm totally obsessed. I really like the pigmentation and the colors are just beautiful. So since it has more of pinks, I'm going to be showing a very taupey, cool toned makeup where I'm going to be using a lot of pinks pinks and a bit of black and taupe. So first I'm going to start off with my transition color. So since I'm going to be using more of pinks today, I'm going to be using this taupe color right here, which is in the palette. Now if you're confused which transition color to use, you can use your contouring shade as a transition shade, because although it's a brown, it has a very taupey undertone, so it will work well with a lot of different shadows. So the brush that I use for my transition color or any sort of blending is a fluffy brush. This one is by Real Techniques. I'll leave the exact name in the description box below. So this is really nice when you want to blend in that shadow, and this works perfectly when you want to place your shadow on your crease. So when you're using any shadows that you just want to blend and not really place, you use a blending brush. So I'm just going to dip into some shadow right here and tap off the excess. If you don't do this, you'll have a lot of color on your eye, and you don't want to do that. So always go in with smaller quantities and keep building it up. So yeah, I've taken my shadow right here, and I'm just taking a mirror. So I'm closing my eye and first concentrating the color on the outer crease of my eye. And then I'm taking it to the inside. And while I'm doing this, I'm just blending it really softly. So if you notice, I'm holding my brush right at the end. So the further you hold your brush, the better control you will have and the softer your strokes will be. So I don't know how much of this you can tell through the camera, but this eye looks much more opened up and wider than this one. And this will also help in making my eyeshadows blend better. So that's why a transition color is used. So the next color that I'm going to be going in with is the one that I apply on my ends. You can apply your lid color first and then the side color, but I prefer doing my darker shades first and then going to my lighter colors. So for that, I'm going to be using this color right here. So I'm taking a tapered blending brush like this one. This is by Sigma. I'll again leave the name in the description box below. I'm just swirling it onto the color and again tapping off the excess. You don't want too much product. And now first I'm going to place it on the end where I want the color to really show. Taking some more and applying it at the same place to make it a little more intense. So as you can see, I've kept the color only on the outer 1/4 of my eye, and that's exactly where I want my color to be. So now I'm just going to take my brush and swirl it on the back of my hand to remove all the excess product that I have. Since we are playing with dark colors, you really don't want to overdo. And now I'm going to blend this color with my transition shade. And I'm keeping it only till the middle of my eye. I'm not taking it all the way in. I'm stopping it right in the middle. And I'm going in circular motions because this really helps in blending in dark shadows. And now going over all the harsh lines to make them a little softer. So blending is the key, guys. The better you blend, the more flawless your eye makeup will look. And with that, I'm done with this eye. I'm just going to do the exact same on the other one. So now what I'm going to do is take the brush that I used for my transition shade, and I'm going to go over the area again to just make sure that there are no harsh lines and my blending is perfect. So now coming to the third color, which will go all over my lid, I'm going to be using this beautiful pink color right here, and I'm going to be using a flat, densely packed brush for this. This is from Sigma. I will leave the number for this and a few other alternatives for this brush because there are a lot of brands that have flat brush. So a flat brush is perfect for applying your lid color because you really want to pack it on. Since we are using the lighter color inside, you really want it to show through, and that's why we use a flat brush. So when you're taking your shadow, go from up to down like that, twice or thrice to really take the color on your brush. Now again, tap off the excess. You don't want too much product. So now when you're applying this color, keep it away from your crease. You don't want to take it till your crease. So leave a little gap till your crease and stop the color right there. And when you're applying it, go from up to down like so. So as you can see, I'm going from up to down, no other strokes, because this stroke will really help in packing on the color. Now I'm dabbing it all over to just make it a little more intense. Now if you notice, the color just stops, there's no good transition, and that's why I'm going to be taking in this blending brush again, which I use for my transition, and I'm just going to go over this area to just blend it in really well. So just a few tiny strokes and your eyeshadow is blended to perfection. Now if you want, you can leave your shadows as it is, but I want them to show through a little more, and while blending they did lose a bit of their pigment. So I'm just going to go over all my colors one by one to add one more layer so that my colors look more prominent and they really show through. Alright, now I'm going to take a flat brush like this one and take the color that I applied on the end of my eye, and I'm just going to go over my waterline. And again, just half my eye, I'm not going all the way in. Now taking the pink color that I applied on top, I'm going to apply it on the initial bit of my eye, and I'm blending it with the black at the same time. So with that, the main eyeshadow is done. Now I'm just gonna highlight my eyes. So for that, I'm gonna be using this color right here, which is the lightest color on the palette. So I'm taking the flat brush that I used earlier, but the other side of it, and I'm just gonna take this color the same way I took my lid color, and I'm gonna apply it to my brow bone. This is really pigmented. I'm taking this brush from Color Bar, and I'm taking the same white color again, and I'm going to apply it to my inner corner. So that just makes your eyes look a little more opened up. Now I'm going to come to my brows, which is a very important step in eye makeup. I see a lot of people not doing anything to their brows, but when you do your brows, it just brings the whole look together and it makes your makeup look much more nicer and much more professional. So the first step is taking a spoolie. So I'm using this from my old mascara, and I'm just combing in my brow hair in the direction of their growth. So when you're doing your brow makeup, you can definitely use eyeshadows, and I use them a lot. So don't use a stark black shadow, guys. Always mix your black and brown shadow together to get a really natural looking brow. But currently I've been obsessing over the NYX Sculpt Highlight and Contour Brow Pencil. So this is one of the best brow pencil that I've tried. So one side has a brown color, which is good for filling in your brows, and the other side has a highlighting color, so you can highlight your brow bone and give your brows a really nice shape. So it goes on the outsides of the brow. So first I'm going to take the contour side, which is for filling in my brows, and with a really light hand I'm first going to define my brows. So I'm going on the tops and making a nice neat line, and now I'm going on the bottom of my brow to define that too. And now with the same, I'm just going to fill it in, going in really short strokes and with a very light hand. And already you can see how much of a difference it makes. So now when it comes to the beginning bit of my brows, I hardly have any hair there, and when I fill it in too much, it looks really fake. So I'm going to fill in with a really light hand. So I'm just going in the direction of my brow growth, and I'm just filling in my brows very lightly. And there, with that, my brows are done, and I really hope you can see the difference. This brow looks much more neater, much more lifted and fuller than this one. So I'm going to repeat the exact same steps on this eye. And now going in with the spoolie again and combing the hair to just make sure that it's all set in place. So when it comes to eyeliner and kajal, a lot of people think that it's mandatory to wear when you're applying eyeshadow, but it's honestly not, because it really depends on the kind of look that you're trying to give. If you want a really soft, dreamy, princessy kind of a look, then you really don't need a kajal or an eyeliner to define your eye. But at the same time, if you want a very defined look, you can go for a kajal. And now when it comes to the eyeliner, depending on how dramatic or soft you want your look to be, you pick your liner. So if you want a really dramatic, bold, or something very statement making, you can go for a sharp wing. Or if you want something really subtle and soft, you can go for a really thin, normal liner. And at the same time, if you want a gothic look, or if you want a very bold and prominent look, you can apply a regular liner but a very thick version of it. So you can apply thick liner and thick kajal. So it really depends on the kind of look that you're trying to portray. So today I want a really soft look, and my eyeshadow is already dramatic, so I don't want to make it more dramatic. So I'm just going to take my Plum Nature Studio Kajal, and I'm going to tightline my eyes. So tight lining is basically applying kajal or your makeup on the upper waterline. So you just have to go into your eyes like that and apply it. So I hope that you can tell on camera, this eye looks much more defined than this one and it has a really nice shape. So just tight lining your eyes can help you get that defined look that you need. So I'm not going to be putting an eyeliner because I want this subtle look. A mascara is something that I never ever leave my house without, and I feel that nobody ever should, because it can really make your eyes look much more opened up, much more fresher. And especially when you're applying eyeshadows, you must use a mascara, because while applying your shadows you do have fallouts on your lashes which can look really ugly if you don't apply a mascara, and at the same time it will really make your eyes look really complete. So today I'm going to be using the Rimmel London Candle Eyes Retro Glam Mascara, something that I have been obsessing over lately. So when you're applying your mascara, just remove the excess. You don't want clumpy lashes. And now you just place it on the base of your lashes, wiggle it and push it on top. So you're wiggling it and pushing it on top, because the base of your lash is where you need the maximum amount of mascara. So you just do that and push it on top. And once you're done with that, you just go over to remove any sort of clumps or any sort of sticking lashes, and see how much of a difference it makes. This eye looks so much more nicer and bigger and opened up than this one. So when I'm applying mascara to my lower lashes, I like to open up my eyes really wide, and in the same motion I go down. So guys, with that I complete my eye makeup. I really hope you guys found this video useful. If you want me to do step-wise tutorial for any other portion of makeup, I would love to do it. So don't forget to comment and let me know. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me. Thank you so much for watching guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.